I've already cringed a couple times reading my letter, and I'm like 2 sentences in. Cringing at your past self is a sign of personal growth. That's kind of cringe. Why would I say that? Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, back at it again with another Minecraft video, and today we have some very special mail. Some very special mail. So this is actually a letter that I wrote a couple years ago to my future self. So back in 8th grade in my history class, at the end of the year, our teacher had us write letters to our future selves to open at the end of high school. And in case you guys didn't know, I graduated high school a couple days ago, which means it's finally time to open this letter. So this letter is basically a time capsule into my 8th grade self. And honestly, I don't remember too much about what I wrote in here. So it should be pretty fun to open it up. Honestly, I'm just hoping that I wasn't too cringe back in 8th grade. But knowing myself, I probably was. So without further ado, let's open it. So I have a letter that I wrote to myself, which is this. So that should be fun to look at. How am I gonna do this? I guess I'll just read them. Alright kids, so grab some popcorn, sit down, and prepare for the cringe of my 8th grade self. So the end of 8th grade for me would have been right before the summer of 2016, which, as we all know, was the last time any of us ever felt joy. Should be interesting to see what life was like back then. Alright, so I'll just read my letter to you guys and pick out any parts worth talking about. Alright, June 24th, 2016. Right now, I'm in 8th grade. I'm 5'6" and 140 pounds. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm currently 6'3" and 200 pounds. So, it's nice to see that I've grown taller and, bulked up since 8th grade. I like track and cross country. As you guys know, I did track and cross country all throughout high school, so that part is still accurate. I hope you are as cool or cooler than me. That's kind of cringe. Why would I say that? I can't really say for myself if I was cooler than I was in 8th grade, but I would like to think so. I've already cringed a couple times reading my letter, and I'm like 2 sentences in, which is a good sign because, as they say, cringing at your past self is a sign of personal growth. You better get into Harvard. Obviously, the hopes and dreams of 8th grade Lordrick were not fulfilled. As you guys may or may not know, I did not get into Harvard. I was rejected this past Ivy Day. Honestly, I don't really care anymore because I get to go to an equally amazing school. In 8th grade, I definitely had a pretty one-track mind. Like, in my mind, it was just like, Harvard is the goal, the only goal. I want to go to Harvard. Honestly, I'm not sure if I even knew that Stanford existed. But I mean, everything worked out in the end, so totally over it. I enjoy watching anime, which I still do. I've been getting more into manga and webtoons recently, but I definitely still watch anime a lot. What was the last anime I watched? Might have been the slime one. Who knows? I hope you're better than me at stuff. Art, athletics, social skills, etc. Well, art, still don't know how to draw. Athletics, still bad at running. Social skills, still don't know how to make friends. I haven't really changed that much since 8th grade. Yikes. I hope you are valedictorian and get the highest grades possible. Man, I really set the bar high for myself. Luckily, that was something I was able to accomplish. I probably already mentioned this in a previous video, and if I did, I'll probably link it somewhere. Still don't know which corner it goes in. I was valedictorian of my graduating class this year, and while my grades weren't perfect, they were still pretty high, so I would consider that a success. A lot of this is pretty cringe. Kinda cringe. I'm gonna be skipping over parts that I consider to be too cringe for viewing. I hope school goes well for you. I would say that school went pretty well. I spend a lot of my time running at practice and watching anime. Again, I did track and cross country all throughout high school for all 4 years. Except I couldn't do track this year because school got canceled. But if school didn't get canceled, I definitely would have done track again. What was the other part? Watching anime. Again, still watch a lot of anime. That part has not changed. I hope you have a job. I do not. I did have a job back in sophomore and junior year, but currently I am unemployed. Unless you consider being a YouTuber a job. In that case, I guess I do have a job. I don't even make that much money off of it, so I don't know if you could even call it a real job. Who knows, if my channel somehow blows up, I could become a full-time YouTuber. Who knows? Okay, you should bring back bottle flipping if it dies. If you guys don't remember, a couple years ago there was this whole bottle flipping craze. At my school there were people who made bottle flipping Instagram accounts. This was before the days of TikTok, and Vine was already dead at this point, so if you wanted to be cool, you made a bottle flipping Instagram account. I myself was pretty into bottle flipping back in the day. I would consider myself a master bottle flipper. If you guys want to see me make a bottle flipping trick shot video, I guess leave a comment down below. We'll see if I can make it happen. Where I am right now, my future looks bright. Leaving 8th grade feels bittersweet. I'm looking forward to a successful future, so don't let me down. I hope everything will be better. That's pretty profound of me. 8th grade Lorder could write some pretty nice things. Honestly, I don't really remember too much about middle school specifically, but I guess I did enjoy middle school if it was bittersweet for me to leave. Hopefully, I didn't let 8th grade Lordric down. And I would say that a lot of things for me are better now than they were in 8th grade. Got a lot of exciting things lined up, and the future looks pretty bright. Even brighter than it did for 8th grade Lordric, I guess. I hope you're not dead. From Adam. Adam, if you're watching this video, I'm not dead. From the outside. Yet. I don't even think Adam watches my videos. Kinda cringe if you ask me. So many questions. What memes are still relevant? Pepe the Frog, Primitive Sponge, etc. I don't think either of those memes are relevant anymore. I haven't seen either of those in several years. I don't even know what memes are still relevant these days. What memes are there right now? If any of you guys are meme connoisseurs, please let me know what memes are in right now, because clearly I have no idea. What new memes are there? Again, I feel completely out of the loop. Is this what happens when you graduate high school? You don't know what memes are anymore? I'm getting old. What? Do you have an organized life? No. Do you still do track and cross country? No. Are there new sports and clubs? I don't think so. Actually, that's not true. We have a football team now. I didn't join that, obviously, but it's there. I did, however, join a couple clubs while I was in high school, which again, you guys can see in my stats and extracurriculars video. Man, I would say I'm getting pretty good at self-promotion now. Is the gym good? So for context, back in middle school, our school did not have a gym, but towards the end of 8th grade, they finally started construction on a gym, and that was finished 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We had a gym while I was in high school, and I would say the gym is pretty nice. It's definitely not a super big gym or anything, but it's definitely a lot nicer than what we had previously. We used to have our gym classes in a warehouse. But yeah, I would say our gym's pretty nice. Did you PR in your track events? 100, 200, 400. Did you PR in your cross-country mile? So next to that, I have my PRs for all my different events back when I was in 8th grade. And looking at my times, I don't know if I PR'd in any of them. I'm definitely capping in my letter. There's no way that these are my times. The other possibility is that these are my times and I just have not improved since I was in 8th grade. Actually no, my 400 time has definitely improved. Yeah, my mile time has definitely gone up. And my 200 time. And probably my 100 time also. I know that there are some people that are curious about my PRs for my track events and my cross-country times. And usually I would put that kind of information up on the screen, but my times are not that good. Now, am I just putting on airs and saying that they're not good, or are they actually not good? I'll just leave that as a mystery. Here's some more information. I'm proud of my academic and athletic accomplishments. Boring. Getting 8th grade valedictorian is a problem for me. I guess this was before I found out. So I don't think a lot of other middle schools do this, but at my middle school, they had a valedictorian for 8th grade. And I guess at this point, I wasn't sure if it was going to be me or not, because I'm pretty sure there were 4 or 5 people in the running for that. But I worried for nothing. I got a pizza party today for being cool. I literally have no idea what that means. I guess I had a pizza party at school when I wrote this. I have no idea what the party was for. Wish I would have written that. Adam just got in trouble for saying LeBron James. LeBron James. I miss 8th grade. Just now, 1:03 p.m., Mr. Insert History Teacher name here gave me a challenge. Bottle flip for a demerit, fail, or recognition, success. So for context, in my middle school we had recognitions and demerits, which were part of our disciplinary system. So if you did something bad, you got a demerit, and if you did something good, you got a recognition. I think it was something like if you got 3 demerits, you got a detention, and for recognitions, you got nothing. So of course, me being me, I never got any demerits. And this was on the last day of school, so even if I did get a demerit, it wouldn't mean anything. So the stakes weren't really high for that, but it was still a pretty cool challenge. As I mentioned earlier, back when I was in 8th grade, there was this bottle flipping craze, and everyone was always trying to bottle flip in class. And understandably, a lot of the teachers were annoyed by the sounds of kids bottle flipping during class. So they created this policy where if you bottle flipped in class, you would get a demerit for it. And I guess my history teacher wanted to take that a step further, so I would only get a demerit if I failed to bottle flip. But obviously, I am not one to shy away from a challenge, so obviously I said yes to him. And I don't think I talk about this in my letter, so I'll just tell the rest of the story now. So at the end of the next day, I stood up in the middle of history class and grabbed my water bottle. You know, it was a pretty intense moment because I was in a room of 25 other kids and they were all watching me bottle flip. And I guess that heightened the stakes for me a little bit more because on one hand, if I was successful in my bottle flipping, I would be celebrated as a hero. But on the other hand, if I failed, that would be the equivalent of social suicide. So I was standing in front of my desk with my water bottle. I was going like this with my water bottle for a solid 2 minutes so that I could, increase the drama of the situation. And when I was ready, I just let go. And as you guys know, I never take L's. I have never taken an L in my life, so obviously I landed that bottle flip. And everyone jumped out of their seats cheering for me, and I felt pretty cool. And I have been chasing those same feelings of pure exhilaration ever since that fateful day. Again, if you guys want to see me make a bottle flipping video, just let me know because I would totally be down for that. It may be time for the return of the bottle flipping master. Let's see, anything else? I play Slither.io. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes when you're in class, you just don't want to do work and play games instead. However, your school's Wi-Fi has everything blocked. So, you have to find other ways of entertaining yourself. For a time, it was cool math games, and then that got blocked. And then we had agar.io, and that also got blocked. And then we had 2048. That didn't get blocked, we just got bored of it. So then we had slither.io. Honestly, I didn't even remember that this existed, but I definitely had a lot of good memories playing this game. I think a large part of my high school career basically consisted of me looking for games that weren't blocked on our school's Wi-Fi. And I have to say that it's a pretty good way to find some fun games to play. Skipping over the cringe parts again, I'm talking about my grades like a nerd. We have 2 minutes left in class. I'm probably gonna take this home and use another piece of paper, which I did. Hello, I'm using another piece of paper now. It's Sunday night. Hi, 8th grade Lordrick. I have nothing else to write about really. So why'd you get another piece of paper? So future me, this letter may not be as detailed and high quality as you may have wanted, but it's what I've got. Honestly, I have to respect that. I was preparing myself for disappointment even as I wrote this. Good luck to both of us in the future. May God be with you. Best, Lordrick. What a nice letter. P.S. Britain just left the EU. Has Brexit already happened? I thought they were just talking about leaving the EU. I don't think that they left it while I was in 8th grade, or if they've even left it at this point. I actually don't know. I don't even know why I wrote that. Kinda cringe, but go off, I guess. PPS, Naruto is still airing. 俺の心がやばいぞ。まさか。To be honest though, I don't think I actually finished Shippuden. The last part I remember watching was one of the filler stories during the Infinite Tsukuyomi. I don't know. It was the part where Madara or Obito or Black Setsu, one of them, they had that big flower thing, I think, and everyone was in their little cocoons having fun dreams and stuff. I got pretty bored of it because in the manga, the Great Shinobi War, I don't remember if it's the 4th or 5th one, only took a couple volumes, but in Naruto Shippuden it took more than half the show. And at the part where I was in the anime, there were only 2 volumes left in the manga, and that part in the anime had several hundred episodes of filler because you can't just end Naruto without milking as much money out of it as you can. So they ended up doing several hundred episodes of just pure filler, so I stopped watching. Fun fact, 8th grade was when I started watching anime. I know nobody asked, but there's a fun fact for you. PPPS. I have 175 followers on Instagram. That is no longer the case. If you guys want to know how many followers I have on Instagram now, check out my Instagram. And while you're there, follow me if you haven't already. I am getting so good at self-promotion. You know, sometimes I really amaze myself with how skilled I am at self-promotion. And that is the end of the letter from my 8th grade self. So I think that's gonna do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me take a look into my past self and reminiscing about the person I used to be. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe for some more great content. That's all for today, folks, so I'll see you next time. Bye!